Well, hello. I guess I figured out what I did want to play after all. Audio visual. I mean, that should be fine. Subtitles are on. Let's get into it.
The Chimeran threat began in Russia. The origin of the virus is unknown, but its effects were devastating and swift. In the 1930s, reports of biological experiments began leaking out of Russia. Then reports of villages destroyed overnight. Then entire cities. We feared the Russians had developed a weapon of unparalleled power. The truth was far worse. The Chimeras stayed sealed within Russia for over a decade. Then, in 1949, they launched an attack that overwhelmed all of Europe in a matter of weeks. For several months we thought England was safe. But in October of 1950, the Chimera burrowed under the Channel. We had prepared for them, but in 3 months' time, the war was lost.
No, not Blighty.
We abandoned the cities to the Chimera and retreated to scattered military bases and outposts. The Chimera had won. On July the 11th, 1951, the Americans launched an assault on the eastern coast of England. On the second wave of that assault was a sergeant named Nathan Hale. The actions of that soldier have become a matter of both scrutiny and myth. What follows are the known events of his life, from July 11th to July the 14th, the day he was last seen.
Nice meet Tom.
The American soldiers had no idea what they would soon be facing. The US government had sealed its borders in 1950. Radio waves and newspapers became state property. Only the highest levels of their government knew the truth. The operation was an exchange. The Americans were bringing supplies and tanks into York. We were giving them our one secret weapon. Something we could offer that they couldn't build themselves. I was the commander of the convoy team that was to meet the US soldiers. We were ambushed in Manchester on the way to the rendezvous. There was no way to warn the Americans. They were on their own in York, fighting an enemy they knew nothing about. We never learnt exactly what happened there. All we know is that Nathan Hale was the sole survivor.
(6:13) Greenwich Mean Time. That means it's winter. Wait, why is it 11th of July 1951 Greenwich Mean Time? That should be British summertime. Oh, bloody Yanks getting time differences wrong. Oh hey, Elvis. This series needs a remaster. Okay, no, calm down. Yeah, I very much enjoy this game. I'm fairly certain it's... Oh, okay. First of all, that should be bad. Oh, I mean, it'll do. Yeah, like, I really enjoy this game. It's a weird, obviously first-person shooter for the PS3 era, but I mean it works. Did I finish Ni no Kuni? Oh god, no. I got as far as the Glittering Grotto in Yale. And I remembered that that place blows because you die almost immediately. So I'm taking a break from it for now. I will go back to it and finish it, but yeah, I just hate that place. Because there's nothing that I can really do besides just farm. But the problem is when you're outside you're fine, but as soon as you walk into the Glittering Grotto, all of a sudden you're underpowered and everything wallops you. So yeah, I'm just going to take a break, play the Resistance games, and then go back to it. Oh god. Because I can also play, I also remembered you have health in this game. But yeah, I can also play Resistance on PSP as well, which I probably will do. Because I mean, why not? Sorry, how you been? What's the grenade button? Is it L2? No, that's switch weapons. You finally finished Gears. Oh, have they fixed it now then, or is it still broken? No. Back to Awakening. Oh, Link's Awakening. Yeah, I still really want to get that, but like I say, because it will never go down in price, I'm in no rush at the minute. Kind of broken, really. When's the last checkpoint? Because I can't remember how you get health in this. No, it's only here anyway. But yeah, if I remember correctly, to get health in this, you have to play some of this game before you can start regenerating health and stuff, which is slightly annoying. Oh, it's Circle Star Grenade. So how is Link's Awakening anyway? I would assume it's basically just Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds, but Game Boy. Oh, I think this is where you get your regenerative powers. Ugh.
No one knows exactly how Hale was infected by the Chimeran virus. Our only clue is a journal entry recovered from the body of a US medic. It says that he encountered a number of comatose soldiers in a dry creek bed. One of the soldiers, a sergeant, suddenly woke up. Unlike the other soldiers, his body had no wounds at all. The sergeant refused any kind of medical examination, insisting on catching up to the rest of the company. If that sergeant was in fact Nathan Hale, then he remains the only known person to wake up after being infected. Whether the Chimeran virus mutated within him, or whether his body had an innate resistance to it, remains a mystery.
No, we eventually get taken over. And then it's the job of the guy in the PSP game to kill us. 'Cause if I remember correctly, you die at the end of Resistance 2. Then obviously the PSP game, and then it goes Resistance 3. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably obviously play Resistance 1, Resistance 2, Resistance Retribution, I believe it's called. Yep, Resistance Retribution on PSP, and then I'll play Resistance 3. Can't obviously do the Vita game because 1, emulation's pretty much non-existent, and 2, I don't exactly have a capture carded Vita. That won't rip him. There we go, now we can heal. Is there a melee button in this? Or triangle? Hello. Oh, I forgot you could do this. It's been a very long time since I've played. Resistance. I think about 5 years. Oh, okay, he just kind of fell over. I'm coming. That's not where I was aiming, but whatever. Hey, Bertunda. Yes, resistance. It's a very, very, very old game. 10 years? 11 years, maybe? Why did I switch games? Because remember how I was at the Glittering Grotto? Yeah, I wanted to take a break because that place kicks my ass and I will inevitably get annoyed. So I'm going to play the Resistance games and I'll go back to it.
If the Americans could secure the site, they would have a perfect landing zone and the battle would
Okay, when did this
turn
come
in
out? I
their
want to say 2008. 2007. 12-year-old game. Also, I can't remember how many bloody chapters it has. King of Fighters is not lame, Rotando. I mean, in all honesty, King of Fighters is one of the birthing grounds of fighting games. So yes, don't get me wrong, having him in Smash is sort of pointless, but it kind of makes sense, especially with King of Fighters. Very old franchise. What do you mean, want to go? Oh, because it's over that one. And these morons are just charging out towards it. Only I can do that. Idiots. I played this Recon Breakpoint beta. Yeah, I have. Which way is north? Oh, I thought that hurt me then. Cock. Says fuel station, actually comes from not anywhere near me. Please get in. Oh my god. You're a prick. Oh, never mind. He had a mission. Oh, boy.
Well fought. We might just hold this little piece of heaven. Tapazzini, bring those tanks in here and scrape out a landing zone. Sir! Incoming!
Oh yeah, there's a lot of missions in this. I forgot, it's not a short game.
We know from the craters that the Chimera ended the battle by launching spires. There is no defense against a spire attack. By the time you see them in the air, it's already too late. After impact, the spires release swarms of crawlers. Literally thousands of them can come from a single spire. Whole cities have been infected in minutes. After the crawlers have done their work, the Chimeras send in carriers to collect the dormant victims.
Sorry.
The role of the
Just a
carriers is
personal
to
joke.
transport infected humans to conversion centers. It's at these locations that the Chimeran creatures are born. Hale was brought to a conversion center in the town of Grimsby. My convoy team and I were imprisoned in the
Grimsby.
same location. We had been captured
Grimsby.
uninfected, so we were put in makeshift pens
I
until
believe
they could
that's up
infect us.
north. I mean, obviously we was just at York, so I think we actually start north and work our way south. Yeah, we do. So we start at York and end in London, which is about right. Like, why can't it end in like Essex or something? No, London or Peterborough. You know, just somewhere that no one's ever heard of before. But no, it's always London. Yeah, there's really no point in firing a shot here. Oh, bloody hell.
I'm Parker,
Hey, Sergeant Hale, 1st Rangers.
an American. We thought the Chimera stopped all of you in York.
Chimera?
Those creatures. Oh, you jammed it.
You told me to shoot the fucking thing.
I'm sorry, Hale. Looks like you'll have to find your own way out. I'll be in touch. Frequency 77.6. It was strange enough that a lone American soldier was walking around a Chimeran conversion center. But it was his eyes that were most disturbing. They showed unmistakable Chimeran traits. It was subtle, but it was there. Whoever Nathan Hale was, he wasn't entirely human.
Right. Fuck you. Well done me for pressing circle, you absolute twat. Oh, the secret. No, not I care. But...
I want you to keep your eyes peeled. We need to learn all we can about this place.
3 hedgehog grenades. Oh, I remember those. They're actually quite useful. Really? Come on. Could you please not? Okay. I assume I have to button mash to get out of that. It would be nice if the game fucking tells you, but whatever. Yeah, it is. I don't think it's going to do anything. Oh, wow. I threw it up there. It somehow bounced. Oh, fuck off. Do I have to use fucking motion controls? So if that's the case, that's going to be slightly annoying. Just seeing me just go. No, yeah, that. Like I say, the levels in this are relatively short, but you.
The conversion center was built on top of an old fish cannery. Networks of tubes transported the bodies from one stage of conversion to another. Once humans are infected by the Chimeran virus, they fall into a coma. The virus begins changing their bodies from the inside out, eventually turning them into one of the Chimeran creatures. The conversion centers simply speed up the process.
Sergeant Hale, come in. I'm seeing more hybrid patrols now. They must know we've escaped. Be careful.
Anyway, how would they even know she's escaped? Like, I assume they know I've escaped because, well, I mean, the sound of gunfire might bloody help, but how would they even begin to know that she's escaped? Okay.
During the second phase of the conversion process, the humans are wrapped in cocoons. This accelerates the final stages of the conversion. What emerges from the cocoon is determined by the strain of the virus. Each Chimeran creature is created by a separate strain. What we call hybrids, the ones that most closely resemble humans, have the shortest gestation period. The more beastly creatures take months to create and are made from multiple human bodies.
And all it takes is me to put a bullet in their skull. Which means, obviously, to a certain extent, they're fairly useless. That will probably do some damage. That was actually quite perfect. No. If you don't mind, game, could you please give me some health? Thank you. You're an asshole. Fuck you. No, never mind.
The final stage of the Chimeran conversion process is known as the birthing chamber. The cocoons are opened and new Chimera are born. In the case of hybrids, a cooling apparatus is fused into their bodies. The Chimeran metabolism is roughly 12 times that of humans. This results in remarkable healing abilities, but also raises their body temperatures significantly. Without the cooling apparatus, the hybrids would overheat and die.
That's a good thing. For us, anyway.
Sergeant, I've made it out of the camp. The hybrids are on full alert. Looks like you're going to have a fight on your hands.
Thank you for telling me. Shotgun. I forgot how useless that is. You fucking wankers. Standing off to the side. Really? Excuse me. There we go. No comment.
Sergeant, be advised. The Chimera has set up a trap. They have sentry guns covering your only route out.
Oh crap. Do you mind? Oh, it's even better. Threw it into a fucking doorway. You have no time to think in this. Like, my thought process was throw the grenade over there, kill the vast majority of them, turn around and get this guy, but by the time I throw the grenade to then turn around, I was fucking obliterated. Oh, Auto-aim, I hate you sometimes. Heal. Heal. You fucking cunt. First problem, I'm out of fucking grenades from my grenade launcher. It's the first problem. Second problem, there's like fucking 30 of these guys here. Fuck off. Well, that obviously sort of still depends on what your definition of poverty is. I mean, yes, for all intents and purposes, but obviously some people can live on that fine. Cock. Yeah, but that's London. In London, you don't earn that money. Because London being the capital of England, well, yeah, capital of England, the jobs that they have going out there is going to be quite high-paying jobs. Especially if you're in the centre of London.
There was nothing. Just the gold-coloured eyes. We flew directly to Manchester. Soldiers had been trying to recover the convoy ever since my squad was ambushed. They knew what was in it. They knew it was our last hope for defeating the Chimera.
But again, you can't force everyone to go into education or further education past secondary school.
Since I was suspicious of him, he joined the Manchester squad before I could say a word.
Oh, bloody hell. End of the world, you say? Well, yeah, but just people do whatever the fuck they want. And so you can't force people to do what they don't want to do. I'm gonna die, yep. Oh, of course it makes me stall. But yeah, but again, random. People can do whatever the hell they want. There would be quite a lot of people who I'm probably fairly certain who would hear that frame of mind and probably would attempt to kick your teeth in. Because, again, they'll do whatever bollocks. They'll do whatever the hell they want. And having someone with your potential mindset saying that, a lot of people get pissy. No, God, don't turn into one of those people. I hate those people who think they're more than they actually are. Like, yeah, someone can walk up to you and attempt to fight you, but if it's like a 6'6" bloke who's 40 and built, you really think you have a chance? I'd bet my money on the big built dude, obviously. But you boxed for 5 years. You mean that thing that's oh, cock. Please don't hit me. You mean that thing that's staged and, for all intents and purposes, has health and safety? Last I checked, real fights don't have health and safety. Like, no one's gonna stop someone from beating the shit out of someone because, oh, he's bleeding a little bit. He's done for the fight. No, if someone will go ahead and do something, someone will fucking do it. I've mentioned this before, but fighting in an arena is nothing compared to fighting in real life. Because real life, people have weapons. People will let loose. People won't give a shit. People don't hold back. In fights, you have health and safety. You're kind of screwed at that point. Fuck me. Well, yeah, but again, you don't need to. fuck did I miss that? Well, yeah, but that's my point. When you're in a ring, it's all... Fuck, man. It's staged for all intents and purposes. A real fight will always be nothing like what you can do in a ring. Oh, fuck's sake! I'm not saying that you wouldn't, I'm just saying that from the perspective of I've been in fights compared to someone who will just fight because, I mean, it's a real fight, not some shitty fight that's staged for TV. And again, I don't mean staged as in fake like wrestling, I just mean you've got rules to abide by. And especially in today's world of England, people are fucking carrying knives, so no, you really don't have a chance. Yeah, but who gives a shit about Mike Tyson? I'm not talking about Mike Tyson, am I? I'm talking about your fucking average Joe. Yeah, well, again, I'm talking about two random people in the street, especially, let's say, today's world, people with knives. There's no way in hell you're going to fight a guy with a knife. You'd have to be an idiot to do that. You would. Yeah, thought so. Please give me a goddamn checkpoint. Gimme. Never mind. Could you fuck off? Please end. Fuck that. Jesus Christ. Oh, thank fuck for that.
The convoy was stranded on the west side of Manchester. The site was guarded by stalkers, so the only route in was on foot. A radio message from Hale's squad said they were entering Manchester Cathedral. The cathedral was a field hospital during the war. It was abandoned in a hurry and still had some supplies and ammunition. Unfortunately, it was also a breeding ground for some of the lower forms of Chimera.
Cock. I may have just skipped that accidentally by clicking in the right stick. Well, that's bullshit. No, not really. Well, I guess I'm just going to sit here then. Well, everyone's dead. I do have one idea. I'm gonna change the difficulty. I'm gonna turn into a bitch. Oh yeah, I can't. Let's see if I can actually go to the main menu and change this to easy, because fuck me, I'm never gonna finish this at this rate. Yeah, and I don't, because obviously I have better things to do than watch moronic men be moronic men. No, I can't. No. Actually, I can do chapter select, can't I? Fuck. God damn it. Why can I go anywhere? Oh, I can. Do I have to do all of Manchester again? God fucking damn it. Oh, well. Whatever. Oh yeah, because I think I've got... Oh yeah, because I think I still got my save file for this game from like 5 years ago. Oh well. But, well, I guess I'm doing this again, but on easy, which means I can actually finish this game. Oh my god, well done. Oh wow, this game's really easy on easy. God, grenades are short. Yep. Pretty much. For all intents and purposes, I am the ultimate male. I don't give a shit about the vast majority of things unless if it involves me. It's why a lot of people probably don't know me. Which is fine by me. Just has bullshit in my life. But more depression. Hello. And anyway, polar opposites of what? You like doing stupid manly things that make men stupid the way that they are by fighting. I'm sitting at home masturbating, playing video games and eating food and doing whatever the hell I want because I know YOLO! So I'm gonna have all the bacon that I want, I'm gonna have all the doner kebabs that I want because they taste good.
The cathedral was a field hospital during the war. It was abandoned in a hurry and still had some supplies and ammunition.
Yes, I may not live to see 55, but all those doner kebabs. It's worth it. Oh no, I did skip it. Different views and perspectives. Well, yeah, but I mean, seriously, anyone who thinks fighting is like a fun thing. No. Sports I completely understand. Punching someone in the face until you win. Like, I would take wrestling over boxing any day of the week because at least that's staged. Granted, people still get hurt, but when it goes wrong, but for all intents and purposes, it's entertainment. A dude kicking a dude in the shin and punching him in the face and jumping on top of him, straddling him, shoving his cock up his arse, called MMA. Not my idea of a sport. Oh, you fucking bastard. You're not meant to do that. Yeah, they don't even exist until that gets blown. Oh, perfect. No, it's not an art. That, I will stop you right there. It is not an art. An art form is supposed to be something that's delicate. Not a brute fighting another brute. Again, I'd sooner watch Yusuke. No one's gonna get that except Black Blazer because he turns up at just the right time. I'd sooner watch Yusuke paint then... Yeah, but there's one problem, Random. Did I just say that the definition of art is something that has to be delicate? If it's not delicate, whatever you say can go fuck yourself. I did not say that. I said, in my terms, something that would be an art form is something like art. Something delicate. Even darts, for fuck's sake. Just because of the way that you have to control the flight of the dart itself to hit the ball where you want it to hit, so you win. It's more... Yeah, but what about Yosuke? Black Blazer, sorry. In before you say who? Or, like, Persona 4, I think? The expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form, such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. And if that's the definition of art, remember what I just said like 2 seconds ago? I mean, then again, I don't know anyone who would watch boxing and fucking cry at it. Because then by the definition of a man, men don't cry. You're a bitch if you cry. Given the circumstance, of course, but... And no, I won't stop it, Black Blazer. I actually don't know who he is. I want to say he's the white-haired dude from Persona 4, but... I don't fucking know, nor do I care. He's not my Yusuke. He's not my crit dealing boy. Fuck you, prick. If I looked into boxing, I would understand it's a chess match. No, it isn't. It really isn't. Because, in all honesty, I would watch two chess nerds battle it out in fighting and chess. That would be relatively entertaining. But in the basic form, it is just some dude hitting another dude until he wins. Resistance, a game left behind with the times. Hey man, listen, just because I'm in Blighty, being saved by a moronic yank, who has like maybe 2 lines in the entire fucking game, and then he eventually gets killed off by a fucking Brit anyway. I wouldn't understand because I've never done it. Yes, I don't understand how men can punch men in the face. Oh, God. Save your area. No, I'm not saving your area. I'm saving my area. I'm saving my country and my land. Ignorance is bliss. Exactly. I'd sooner be ignorant to stupid things that I don't care about. Like, I've mentioned this before, but yes, I normally like to look things up that interest me. Fighting is something that is the last thing on. I would sooner have a guy shove his cock in my arse than have any interest in boxing or fighting or anything stupid like that. Because at least the guy gets to finish and have a good time, you know? Like at least he's had a good time. You know, and maybe even I'll have a good time, you know? But getting punched in the face for money, yeah. Where the fuck am I going? Oh, probably this one. That's not till later. Oh yeah, sorry. for fuck's sake, now I have to do this. I have to be a kid to run up the slide and then slide down it. There was Resistance 2. Yes, there was Resistance, Fall of Man, Resistance 2, Resistance 3, Resistance Retribution for PSP, and then Resistance Fallen Skies, I think it's called, on Vita. Never played it, because obviously, considering the Vita fucking died out. But I do plan on playing the PSP Resistance game. Because I can do PSP streaming, so... if I'm playing Resistance Trilogy, I may as well bloody well play the one on PSP. No! Oh. Idiot. Oh, a stalker. I didn't know you was here, Black Blazer.
Captain Mitchell's squad had located the convoy. Unfortunately, stalker sightings in the area made immediate recovery impossible. The stalker is one of the Chimera's most feared weapons. They move quickly and fire anti-aircraft missiles with deadly accuracy. The technology used in the stalker remains one of the most intriguing and frustrating mysteries of the Chimera. Mitchell had been fighting a losing battle most of the morning, holding out until reinforcements arrived. Meanwhile, the Chimera kept coming. To everyone on the ground, it seemed the convoy was all but lost.
This is the last mission in Manchester. Then it's Nottingham, Cheshire, Somerset, Bristol, Bracknell, London, the Thames River, otherwise known as the Thames, because apparently it's more E than A, and then the Chimera Tower. Wait, obviously I'm not going to be able to do it today, but... I forgot when your best friend gave you his original, he gave you kills in Metal Gear Solid 4, tried to trade those in, they were sold, the game shop refused them. Yeah, they don't do that here. I mean, actually, Game would refuse PS3 games at this point, because they'll probably tell you, oh, we'll only trade them in for like maybe £1 at best. But I do own Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, I sort of want to play the Metal Gear games, but like, as good as Metal Gear 1 is, and I'm gonna talk about them, but as good as Metal Gear 1 is, like, after seeing Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes on GameCube with the fixed fucking card reader thing at the end of the game, it's just so much more convenient. It is just so much more convenient. But the only problem is it's not worth 40 fucking pounds. It's not. If you mean PS3, it would have been Killzone 2. Because Killzone 1 was only on PS2. They did release Killzone 1 in a Killzone trilogy. which I'm thinking of getting just because PS1 first-person shooter has not aged at all. Like, any first-person shooter PS2 games are absolute shit. Because this is like the first sort of... I mean, this is pretty much the first next-gen first-person shooter for PS3, and for all intents and purposes, it does a pretty decent job, but Killzone 1, fucking hell. Like, that game is not aged. It hasn't. Cool. I'm guessing they spawn somewhat infinitely in there. No, no. I think you have to go behind it, if I remember correctly. The only problem is it likes to shoot me and me only. Yeah, I wish I could, but it needs to turn around. Could you stand still? Enemy country, be sure no matter what add-on allies you have. Well, you know. That's why I changed it to easy. Because I would be cursing at this section. He said arse, not ass. Ooh, damn. Turn around, please. Oh wow, he's 2 bullets from dying. Bullshit. Done. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. That's annoying.
Mitchell to command. Site secure. All stalkers down. You've got your convoy. How about getting us a sodding medic?
approached the containment cell on the convoy. The cell had 14-inch lead walls, but even so, given Hale's condition, I didn't want him anywhere near it. With the stalkers gone, we were able to airlift the cell back to Northern Command.
How many
The
fucking
exchange with the
missions are in this
Americans
anyway?
would have to wait.
From
We were
here,
about to
there's
execute a very
3. Oh,
risky
there's 3
offensive
per one.
operation. The Chimera
So
had been
3,
using a
6,
network of
9,
underground
12,
tunnels to attack undetected.
15,
The tunnels
16,
formed a
17,
nexus
18,
in
19, 20,
Nottingham,
21.
and
21
if we
missions.
sealed them off, we would at least briefly
Oh, we're
have
going
the
into a
upper
bloody
hand.
cave now, are we? I'm still fucking pissed at that whole GMT thing. I am. It's not great. Like, it's July. We do not do GMT in July.
Move out! For king and country!
You fucking cunt bag. Fuck, I need health. There it is.
Sergeant Hale, we're keeping the mortars busy. Advance on the next nest. I'll keep them off you.
Oh.
Lieutenant Childress, status on the mortar battery. Lieutenant Childress! Sergeant Hale, I can't raise Lieutenant Childress. You must destroy those mortars or this raid will be forfeit.
Command! Status on those reinforcements?
Lieutenant Cartwright, reinforcements are en route. Hold your position.
What a wonderful exploding barrel that was. It did 0 damage.
Sergeant Hale, the Chimera are counting on mortar cover to thin our ranks. Thanks to you, they're going to be rudely disappointed.
There we go. That's already fucking mission 1 done, I suppose. Looks like we're not going to be here very long, are we?
In the air when I saw Cartwright's squad had run into heavy resistance. I needed to get them help right away. A group of soldiers had just stormed a Chimera mortar position. Hale was the only one to make it out.
Yeah, mission complete in
I
like 5
radioed him
minutes.
to look for a shortcut through an old train tunnel. The tunnel was mostly blocked by a Chimeran power conduit, but I knew if Hale could find a way through, it would turn the tide of the battle.
Hale, join K-Troop ahead of your position. We must reach the tunnel nexus.
Hello. Roar. How the fuck did that still hit me?
Lucky bugger! You don't have a scratch on you.
Lucky bugger! Oh, snipper. Am I doing some snippering? God, this sniper's terrible.
That's for Sheffield.
Sheffield? Why aren't we going to Sheffield? I wonder if... never mind, I was going to say, I wonder if they actually got a guy from Sheffield to just say that. I heavily doubt... Do we even go there? No, we do not. Oh, we've got an Irishman. Turns out we've got Daniel's ancestor here. Could you not, please? Because I really don't fancy doing this again. Move! Oh, can I? Oh! It's a fucking invisible wall. Why is the... course I fucking whiffed that shot. Do you want to, like, do something? Look at him, he's pissed at me. Well, if he'd fucking do something. Okay, that's mission 2 done. We really are not going to be in here long, are we? Oh, it's this guy.
Sir. If you've come looking for a fight, you found the place. It seems the Chimera are up to something more than just digging tunnels. Say, look here. We brought the Yank.
By that time, word had already spread about what Hale did in Manchester. However, Cartwright wasn't the type to be easily impressed, especially by an American.
Ooh, get from
Cartwright's team
Yankees.
found something suspicious. Instead of just making tunnels, the Chimera were digging something out of the ground. At the time, we passed it off as just another Chimeran mystery. Our priority was to seal off the tunnels.
Lieutenant Cartwright, Operation Shear has tied up the bulk of the Chimeran defense in Nottingham. Affirmative, Command. Keep them off us, and we'll wrap this up in a jiffy.
Five guys. This ought to be fun. You might want to run away. Never mind. Just standing there. What do I do? So that means if the Chimera had started wearing a pair of shoes, I can't shoot at them. Oh yeah, I've got to go around. God fucking damn it. So what have you been up to then, Black Blazer? Besides work, I assume. Oh, shield. I'm glad that they put... I don't actually know if it... I mean, I'm fairly certain it's not an English development team who made this, but If it was, then great. If it wasn't, then I'm glad that they did put in English slang. I mean, obviously, instead of just saying you're at £20, you're at 20 quid. Rather lack of working. Why? Is no one coming in? Is no one coming into your fine establishment?
The convoy was stranded on the west side of Manchester.
Am I... Oh, for fuck's sake, I pressed continue. I'm an idiot. I need to do fucking chapter select because the game's forcing me to play on normal. 4. 2 hours left, you'll do what you can to stay not bored. Hey, how you doing? My name's Major Warrior. I like to play video games on the internet. Hopefully you're not bored. Oh, go. Yes, I know, but I cocked up by doing the wrong thing. I need to go past Nottingham to... Cheshire, I think? Yeah, Cheshire.
The Nottingham operation was a success.
Yay.
We sent the troops back to
We've done
Southern
something
Command
right for
a
once. I mean, then again, we did that in
I was
Manchester,
taking
didn't we?
Hale to the intelligence division at Northern Command for debriefing. I radioed Northern Command on our
Wait, why are we
approach.
going more
No
north?
response. As we landed,
But I've done it again. I just need to not touch the fucking controller because any button that you press skips cutscenes, which is relatively annoying. Fuck's sake. I wonder if I do continue now and it'll... If it takes me to Manchester, I'm going to cry. Yep. Fuck's sake. I'm gonna watch this fucking thing again. Let's try this again, shall we? We need to go to Cheshire, not Manchester. And do not touch the controller.
the Nottingham operation was a success. I sent the troops back to Southern Command for a well-earned rest. I was taking Hale to the intelligence division at Northern Command for debriefing. I radioed Northern Command on our approach. No response. As we landed, I could already sense the worst. The whole place was deathly silent.
That's the second line in the game. That's how it works.
Sergeant Hale, the security systems are down. Our Chimeran specimens are vulnerable. You must restore power. The Chimera can't be allowed to surpass the Ape.
Oh, sorry. Ah. Who puts jump scares in their first-person shooter? You fucking cunt bag kicking it. I'm glad I don't know where the hell I'm going. Oh! So spooky. Oh, hey, Dark Shadow. Ah, whoa, whoa. Exactly. It's spooky. I'm playing this on easy. Yep. I remembered the hard way that on normal you die almost instantaneously. On easy you tank so much ammo that it becomes a joke. It does. Going from normal to easy. I want to fucking jump that. Unicorn tied me out. No, I got to the Glittering Grotto, which is Whilst I have a fucking spaz attack. No, I got to Glittering Grotto, which is another one of the sections where the game decides to ramp up how quickly you die. So, yeah. I kind of died there, like, almost immediately. And then remembered, oh yeah, bollocks, so... Obviously my save point's there anyway, but I'm just going to take a slight break. Grinding's a must. I mean, yes, but once you leave the Glittering Grotto, the game's back to being, you know, normal. Like I say, it's just that Ni no Kuni has some sections where it really kicks your ass. And, like I say, you can fight just outside of the grotto, where the main location is, and everything's usually fine, but then as soon as you enter, because it's one of the sort of the main locations you have to go to, it then immediately just ramps up how much damage you can be dealt to, because the fight that made me realise this, there was two ice turban familiars, and they both used some snowstorm at the same time, which wiped me out. So, you're gonna drive Final Fantasy X, you keep hearing about how you have to do those bullshit chocobo runs and lightning dodging. Instant death, pretty much, yeah. I mean, my familiar that I have is, you know, great against fire, not so much water, so of course snowstorm's going to hit me pretty hard. But even when I don't have my familiar equipped, it still kicks everyone's arse. Like, it even kicks Esther's arse, and she's using a water-based familiar, who would just, out of normality, would take less damage from it anyway. But no, it still deals like fucking 80 damage out of like 112 or something. So it still, for all intents and purposes, is just an instant death. It's really annoying. It's like I say, once I've played the Resistance games, I'll continue it. Resistance 3 being pretty underrated, actually. Well, I mean, I can still play Resistance Retribution, since I do own it for the PSP, and I can do PSP stuff. So, I'll probably give that a go as well. In before you say don't, but I've already played it. It's not that bad. Yes, for all intents and purposes, because it's almost a third-person shooter. Playing a third-person shooter on PSP is not exactly something it's designed for, but I mean, it's alright. You just use the face buttons to aim, so it's not that hard. Am I going to do crossbow resistance to and get infected? I have no idea what you mean. I know I can cross-play the game to the PS3, so I can play Resistance Retribution with a controller. But I know you can connect the games together, I just know I have no idea what it's supposed to do. Connecting games together makes the Brit you play as into another infected like Nathan Hale. Oh really? But the only problem is though, that's non-canon. Because that doesn't affect, obviously, Resistance 3 at all. Using the prequel animals while the story goes ultimately it doesn't matter that much. True. Actually, what is it a prequel to? Isn't it a prequel to 3 or is it a prequel to 2? Because I know the guy that you play as in that is the guy, well, obviously you kill Nathan Hale in 2. It's set in France during the first attacks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. So it's a prequel to everything. Yeah, no, it's just that you play as... Wait, really? Guy Retribution of 3 are different people? I'm fairly certain it's the same guy. I mean, I'm probably wrong. But I want to say it's the same guy. Wolfenstein copy. No, because Wolfenstein didn't come out until way after this. Actually, it may have released before this. No, I think... No, Wolfenstein was like 2009. And I'm talking about old Wolfenstein. Or 2010, I don't fucking know when it came out. I always get the year of that game wrong. And this wasn't 2006, this was 2007. You can tell because I'm playing on a PS3 controller. Oh yeah, no, 2007. Because it says 2007 on the back of the box. Yeah, it says 2007 on the back of the box. I mean, no. I'm fairly certain it came out in 06, but no. I'm fairly certain it's 07. I mean, obviously a quick Google search would fucking tell you. But, yeah, because obviously this is, if you look on the side there, it can pick it up, but there it has the product number for the PlayStation, and it says BCES 00001. This is technically the first PS3 game. So, 2007. 14th of November 2006. That's probably USA, but I don't know why the first game to release for that would.
There were also detailed schematics of our specimen tank and what was in it. We call them Angels. They're the most powerful of all the Chimera. We believe the Angels control other forms of Chimera via some form of telepathy.
It was 2006 in Japan. November 17th in North America, and then we didn't get it until March 23rd. We didn't get it until March 23rd. What was that? November, December, January, February, March. We didn't get it for another 4 months. We didn't. So yeah, no, that actually makes sense that the back of the box would say 2007, because that is when it technically released for PAL, because obviously the whole region locking thing. Yeah, exactly, a game set in England and we get it last. Makes no sense. Anyway, how you been then, Daniel? Does that even work? No, it doesn't. Okay, so. Yeah, I thought not. Where am I going? If there's not a giant button on the wall. Come on, help me. Yeah, no, this is the way forwards. God fucking damn it. I have myself to blame for that one, but I also somewhat don't blame myself. Not the gun I wanted, but I'll take it. That went well. Guns Britannia 66% off. Nice. I suppose. Am I trapped? Yes, I am. No. And yeah, no, because the whole Total War franchise is on sale. It is. I've been here. Because they're releasing Troy. Is it Troy? Yeah, I want to say they're releasing Troy as a Total War game soon. Oh no, he snapped his neck, and he's dead. Oh no, not another one. Whatever will I do? We can't handle RTS games, need way too much IQ points for them. Yeah, but the Total War games aren't RTS. To an extent. This is why we don't have fucking windows open. Fucking flies. Looks like it's from birds on managing units and such. Yeah, but it's yes, it is a real-time strategy, but obviously when I think of real-time strategy, I'm thinking more of like Command and Conquer. Halo was. Like, it is a real-time strategy, but it has an overworld map strategic thing where you need to like do diplomacy and stuff like that. And then when it goes into, that's when it turns into the RTS. So yeah, the main meat of the game is an RTS, but putting everything together, it's just one part of it. Now, cock, I'm gonna die. Well, it was nice knowing me, because this fucker won't leave me alone. God, this is why you don't play this game on anything higher than easy, because sometimes it just goes, oh, you want to fight like... Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, you want to fight like 30 dudes all on your own? No? Well, you're going to. And then the game does this. It has shit fucking checkpoint placement. I wonder what the shotgun's like. Well, yeah, no, but you can do it. At least from what I'm aware of in some Total War games. Like, you don't just have to fight. You can trade and whatever. And do peace treaties and stuff like that. So basically, yes, think Civilization, but with RTS as its combat, instead of just watching people bump into each other on a map. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Wait, I have help all of a sudden? For fuck's sake, where the hell were these guys earlier? I think I'm in what, Somerset now? Yeah. Alright, calm down. So when am I playing Subnautica? Why? Why do you ask? Not that I'm going to say no, but just out of curiosity, why do you ask? Curious? Well, I mean, I don't have any plans to play it anytime soon. Mostly because I have no idea what kind of game it is. I have an idea, I just don't know what kind of game it is. Pretty short, cool game. Well, like I say, if it's on sale or anything, keep me updated and posted, but like I say, I have an idea, but I'm not overly informed.
Hale was starting to show more effects of the conversion process. His movements had the unnatural quickness of the hybrids. Judging from the bullet holes in his uniform, he had acquired their healing capabilities as well. We had tracked the Chimera leaving Northern Command to a gorge in Somerset. Cartwright led a squad of
There is
soldiers
an end
after
goal,
them.
ending
It
to
had been 2
Subnautica.
hours since he had reported in. Hale
Oh,
volunteered
okay.
to go after them.
It's just that I thought it was one of those generic survival games, but if it has an end, I mean, I can play it.
What else he would discover in that gorge.
You couldn't play the second game. It's still an alpha, but pretty good. Well, obviously I can play the first one, because I know that one's finished, but... obviously the second one I'll probably hold off on that until it's done. Fucking hell, my nose. Too much cocaine. Cube World. Well, Cuphead's on sale for $11.99. No, thank you. I somewhat hate how people say, "Oh my god, Cuphead is like so hard." Yeah, but so's fucking Contra. Calm down. I mean, Contra, for all intents and purposes, yeah, it's hard, but it's not that hard. It's just like you don't have many lives if you don't cheat and use them up, down, and left, BA stone. Subnautica. 1949 is the price when it's not on sale. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. Subnautica's free on Epic a while back. You really think I'm going to get games on Epic? Piss off, I'm not stupid. Like I say, if I wanted the Chinese government to take my information, they just need to ask. Ubisoft, I don't know how bad some people are. Some game generators couldn't get past the tutorial, which was just basic movement. More in Subnautica. Games journalism, everybody. These are the people we've got to rely on. Oh, Cuphead, never mind. But yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that Cuphead might not be a hard game. I'm just saying that in terms of an absolute God forbidden, wow, this is a game that's going to kick your ass, I don't think it's going to be that kind of game. Like, yeah, you're going to die in it, but you're a prick. You hate when they get normal people to play games, they approach it with too much thought, as if they're in contact with an alien life form. Yeah, see, this is the problem that I have when people play video games. Like, in some aspects, when you've got people who've got to review games, you have to focus on what you're doing. So, obviously, you've got to play the game for, obviously, its combat and its story, or whatever the game has to offer. Like, if I was going to review games, obviously, if you get a review game, say, a week early, and say, for example, it's, say, this, you know in some aspect you're going to be beating this game at least in a couple of days. So you've got 7 days to beat a game and get a review up and ready for when the review needs to be out. So you can easily, say, beat this game in particular in a day. You can play it for its combat, you know, write out some things on that, then play it again, say on easy for an example, and then, you know, write about its story and see if it's engaging, if it has characters and whatever. You know. Obviously it's a little harder when it comes to RPGs and stuff like Witcher. That's a little more difficult. You are going to need to pay attention to both. The only thing is combat, because it's something you'll do so much, you sort of just fluently play that. So you need to focus more on story, but it's just sometimes reviewers, fuck me, do they not know how to... Like, it's their sole job to play video games, and they can't fucking play them half the time. It's annoying. Oh, that's the end of that mission. If I've ever seen the IGN review play thoughts, it's as if they got Donkey to hold a controller. Check out Doom played by Polygon. Oh, don't. Trust me.
We gotta move. Give it a moment.
Cartwright was the best soldier in my command. Nothing got past him. He must have known Hale was infected when they first met in Nottingham.
I've never had a controller before. Yeah, I know, right? It's fucking stupid.
Fortunately, Cartwright never cared too much about the small stuff.
You know, let me just play this game. It's fucking moronic. Cheddar Gorge, I'm moving to Cheshire. I'm moving to Cheddar Gorge. Just because hopefully that's where they make cheddar cheese. I know Red Leicester's supposed to be done in Leicester, but... Oh, I'm driving. I forgot that this game is relatively unique in its missions.
Did you learn to drive?
Oops. First of all, the steering's on the wrong side. I'm fairly certain we drive on the right.
The controls must be inside that structure.
Oh, cock. I mean, that might be your philosophy in life, Black Blazers, just if you see something, ram it. But actually, no, I am playing as an American. Of course you guys are simple-minded in just ramming everything. I was going to say I'd want to use a little more finesse, but yeah, I'm not English in this. So yeah, fuck it, I'll ram everything. It's quite easy to take the piss out of you Yanks. Did I just go right in a circle? I did. There you go. I rammed him.
Another gate. You know what to do.
No, what do you want me to do? Oh, close it. No, that was a waste of a grenade. Actually, you can put. You gotta be shitting me. Why not just have a giant barricade? Are they really chasing me from that bloody box that I ran away from earlier? That's dedication. I was half expecting more guys.
We've covered out here. Let's get past that fence.
The Chimera tend to establish themselves near large population centers. Their presence in a remote region like Somerset was highly unusual. The gorge was filled with factories that built stalkers and dropships, but we had seen those before. Deeper into the gorge, the Chimera were hiding something far more alarming.
Oh, a disturbing discovery. Which is the last thing that we'll do in Somerset. Then we move closer to London by going to Bristol.
We'll find the Chimeran base faster if we split up. Take the other path. Give a shout if you find anything out of the ordinary. Or should I say when you find anything?
Huh. Oh, and also, Dog Shadow, how do you like the shotgun? Because I know you normally get a hard on for good shotguns. D minus. I can imagine just because it goes pump, pump. Like, I will still admit, as overly done as the Black's shotgun is, it's at least on a more obvious line of realism. But again, it's overly done. But I should actually play Black. I don't know what console I have it on though. Because the thing is, I would like to play some Xbox games. It's just that the giant problem that I have with the old Xbox is, my god, is it fucking loud. It is like, as soon as you turn that thing on. Yeah, it is, yeah. Both of them. Which they're both slowly stopping to work on which games they want to run. Which is quite frustrating. Please don't kill me. Bollocks. Like, one will play some games, the other one won't. And the one that doesn't play, the other one will. And then, obviously, some that doesn't, the other one does. It's... Oh, for fucking checkpoints! So, I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I'm not going to because they still work. It's just annoying that, you know, I haven't got a list of games that work on one console over the other, which is something that I need to do. Look at that, Project Zero even works. I've not even tried it on Xbox. No, tell a lie, of course I have. But that is a game that I do want to play, because especially since I can do... obviously composite game consoles. I mean, I'm probably fairly certain I could probably buy a component cable for the original Xbox. Which if I can and if it's cheap, I'll probably just do it anyway, just to save confusion. But, yeah, I'm mostly happy that I can do Mario 64. PS1 recording works, but not Xbox. No, Xbox does. No, it does. It's just that, you know, in terms of obviously clarity of video, I mean, obviously I can probably buy cables and stuff. It's just that, specifically because I don't own a PS1, to plug in a component cable that has slightly better clarity, it doesn't turn out as well. No, actually, no, tell a lie, I can't even do it anyway. Because the capture card that I have doesn't even go low enough for the resolution that PS1's run at. Which makes sense, because PS1 resolution is fucking stupid. The third line. fucking hell. Yeah, no, like, don't worry, I can do PS1 stuff still. Okay. I'm not gonna leave Silent Hill out of the works. I will get to it eventually. Idiots. Silent Hill, you're doing that in chronological order, it should be whatever you feel like. Nah, I'm just gonna do Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, 4. Origins, Shattered Memories. Homecoming and then Downpour. Basically release order. Yeah, I'll just do it in release order. Because how would you even do it in chronological order? Oh, yeah, okay. Brain fart. Yeah, because like I said, there is no chronological order. The only thing that has any chronology and connection is Silent Hill 1 and 3. And Shattered Memories and Origins if you count those, but I don't. Yeah, like 1 and 3 are the only ones that do. And even then, 3 is only a connection by name, mostly, so... Like, yeah, things happen in it that obviously connect to Silent Hill 1, but as far as I'm aware for the most part, again, when you watch these games sped ran, you don't pick up anything on the story. But from what I could gather, I mean, without spoiling anything, I suppose, but... What was that? Somerset? What am I at? Bristol. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, key events and stuff, but...
Hale and Cartwright had discovered the key to the entire Chimeran strategy. The tower they found had not been constructed, it had been excavated. That single fact changed everything we knew about the Chimera. Leaving Somerset, they must have noticed the power conduits radiating from the tower behind them. We believe this discovery is what inspired Hale's fateful
Yeah,
actions
obviously I will
later
get to
that
him
day.
eventually.
The drive to Southern Command would have taken at least an hour. Time enough for the Chimera to launch a strike force.
Devil at the door. Bristol. So I think what I might do is... no, I don't really think I can. What I might try and do is, I should say... Obviously, I'll do the Resistance games. I'll also... Oh, God. I'll also obviously finish off Ni no Kuni. Then depending on what day it is, because I can't... When does Outer Worlds come out again? Yeah, wait, September, October, yeah. So pretty much the end of next month. So I mean, I'll have time. What I'll probably do is then, I will, maybe after Ni no Kuni, play Silent Hill 1. Then I'll play Lego Batman. It's been quite a while since I've done a Lego game, and I quite fancy doing one. And Batman is the next one on the list, so... So yeah, like I say, after Ni no Kuni, I'll probably do Silent Hill. Then, like I say, Batman. Actually, what is it? 20... I mean, yeah, I'll probably have time. Then after Batman, I don't really know what I'll do after Lego Batman. I may do Onimusha 2, probably. Or Genji on PS3. Then again, depending on what time it is then, I might do Silent Hill 2 if I've got the time, which I should. Then it'll probably be roughly Outer Worlds by that point, maybe. Then after Outer Worlds, I don't know, I might do A Link Between Worlds at that point. Then probably Silent Hill 3. Because what I'll try and do is, as long as I don't get bored of playing the Silent Hill games, I'll try and do... Obviously I'll play a couple games in between, then I'll try and move on to one. Because although they're like really short games, in my aspect it's probably going to take me 2 days a game. It is. Yeah, I couldn't even fucking see that one. Fuck you, game. DreamWorks Link's Awakening was too lazy, and that's not a much powerful console. Yeah, but you have to remember. Oh, thank Christ! I just got a checkpoint. The thing you have to remember is it was a Game Boy game. It was. It was. So I mean, just straight sort of remaking it graphically and releasing it for Switch is like the best thing. Well, was the minimum and best thing that they could have done. Do you not? Why is it blue? That's my question. Oh no. So you think remake of Iron Man? You can buy the same game on the eShop for like a $5. Get the same experience minus some toy-like graphics. Really? Yeah, but that's eShop on 3DS, isn't it? Like, if it is like £5 for, or something along those lines, for like the Game Boy version on 3DS, I don't give a shit about graphics. I'll just get the game on 3DS. I will. What do you mean? I can look at it myself, because obviously base UK Nintendo getting me my account back after like 5 years. Because emailing fucking America, the US people go, oh, we can't deal with that. It's a fucking Nintendo account. I'm pretty certain you can deal with it. Fucking wankers. because obviously the Switch doesn't have an eShop. Not for Game Boy games, I don't think, anyway.
I've got you covered. Get inside.
Yeah.
The soldiers fought off the worst of the attack.
That's
on the
fully
northern
charged
edges.
anyway.
But we then faced a graver threat. The Chimera had infiltrated the hangar on the south side.
3D.
If we didn't get the planes out safely, then all would truly be lost.
Get to the hangar. Make sure all the transports get out.
Or I could get it on Game Boy for 20 quid. You know, if I get that thing eventually. The console thing that plays NES, SNES and that kind of stuff. Obviously it plays Game Boy stuff. Like if I wanted a physical copy, it's 20 quid there. And I would assume it's like £10 at best on the 3DS store. Because I will admit, that's like the one console. I mean, then again, the fucking Game Boy did come out in bloody 80s, for fuck's sake. A 5 on the 3DS store. Oh, really? Yeah, no, because I was just having a look now. But even then, like, you would still agree with me that, obviously, if you ignored, say the 3DS, I mean, £20 for the original Game Boy version, say for people like us, I mean, granted, if you already owned a Game Boy, but the first problem with the Game Boy is batteries. That's the first fucking problem. That's why, don't get me wrong, you know, just to sort of own a Game Boy for like £30 or however much it is, and sort of just to have one would be nice, but no. Game Boy Advance and whatever, that's different because they run on, that's an AC charger, I believe. It's not battery powered, I don't think. And I don't think, I'm not sure if the Game Boy Advance can even play Game Boy Color and Game Boy games. Again, I don't know. It's never something I've looked into. And even then, who wants to play on a Game Boy screen like this big? That's the main problem with Game Boy. Is, yeah, as good as the games as it has on it, the first problem is, if you can get past Game Boy itself, is the fact that you've got to play on a screen like this big. It's terrible. Give me a moment, I'll quickly Google it. Link's Awakening. And yeah, push, you got to play it in sunlight because the backlighting is non-existent. I'm on fire. I'm not gonna explode. Zero matches found for Link's Awakening. I swear to God, if I've got to put in that fucking apostrophe, I'm gonna be bloody annoyed. No, fuck it, I'm just gonna get rid of Link. I'm just gonna leave Awakening in, because it should find it. Oh my God. No. Nintendo, you are both a fairly decent first-party development team, and also a weird one at that. Because Google's, well, not Google searching, but 3DS store searching for Link's Awakening, the first thing it shows you is the E3 announcement for the remake. Like, thanks and all, but I don't know many people in 2019 who's using their 3DS for up-to-date Nintendo information. Especially since the Switch almost has like push notifications on the left-hand side when you boot it up. it tells you sort of relative things like, oh, we've got a sale going on, or oh, there's this piece of information, or oh, we recommend this news for you. So having it on the bloody 3DS is a bit fucking pointless. I mean, I'll take it, thanks, but okay, no. Oh yeah, I forgot Fire Emblem Awakening. Yep, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, which is the director's cut, because I don't know why DX is director's cut, but whatever. Bye. And it is £5.39, and it's in colour. Oh, yeah, no, it was a Game Boy Color game, wasn't it? I thought it was Game Boy Advance. Wait, which one was the last game? Which I know it went Game Boy, then did it go Game Boy Color and then Game Boy Advance? I'm fairly certain. So this was a Game Boy Color game? I thought it was Advance. Well, yeah, no. No, it was a Game Boy game. That'll explain that then. Because CEX only sell the Game Boy copy. They do. The original Game Boy, they got a colour re-release with a new dungeon that uses colour as a mechanic. See, I'm going to say this again, but this is exactly why Breath of the Wild is one of the worst Zelda games to exist. Because if your fucking Game Boy game can have a re-release with an included colour dungeon because of its Game Boy Color release, clearly Nintendo's lost the fucking plot somewhere. Because I will take a re-released, updated colour dungeon because, oh, we can do colour now. Something about moving coloured towers. Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's still, you know, they ported it, for all intents and purposes, to the Game Boy Color and added in something new in the process. Oh, god damn it. They did. Whereas a brand new Zelda game on Switch can't even do that. Instead, it's just, oh yeah, we have flick a few switches and turn the beast around and fight a really abnormally easy boss that can also one-shot you if it wants to. Okay. Yeah, fuck that, I'll fucking play the game on that. Like, imagine if somehow, obviously you've streamed it on Twitch and stuff, imagine if people were like, why aren't you playing the new one? Because it's the same game, mate. I can either spend £50 for the remake, which is obviously the same game, or I can spend £5 on the DS and get the same game. This Northern Twilight Princess on Wii. Yeah, I would very much like to play Twilight Princess on GameCube. It's just the GameCube version is obnoxiously overpriced. Like, don't get me wrong, if the GameCube version, like if the Wii version was like, say, £10 and the GameCube version was like, say, 20 or something, I would probably get the GameCube version, just because then I don't have to do this. But because it's so absurdly overpriced, you know, everyone on DS got new shit added in since, why not really? Well, I mean, first of all, Resident Evil directors... Wait a minute, what was it? It wasn't... Deadly Silence, that was it. Because hurt, DS, hurt. You know, it's pretty good. Oh no. Bastard. It's just out of curiosity. Tons of new shit, more of a complete remaster of the port back before remaster became an overused term. So, what about the PC version then? What's the PC version like compared to the DS version? I would assume the PC version is basically just the DS version, but at a higher resolution. But if the PC version is the PS1 version without the included stuff, then I would go out of my way to get the DS version. It's just that the DS version is like fucking 30 quid. So no, it is not worth £30 for getting new stuff. This version is the GameCube remake, being to RE1, not like RE2 is the PS1 and RE2, really. And then obviously the DS one comes out years later. But yeah, like I say, if bloody Resident Evil 1 DS wasn't like 30 quid, like if it was like £10, £15, I mean I'd say yes. Just because weirdly I quite like that version. And it's like the only version that I've managed to get through. But again, that was just probably down to me playing Resident Evil back to back. This is a PS1 game with a quick knife and a rebirth mode, which rearranges enemies and items which touchscreen gimmicks for all intents and purposes. It's the best version of RE1. Yeah, not many people will say that the DS game has the best version of certain games, which is pretty funny. Because you just assume, oh, it's a handheld thing, it's probably just a worse version. Oh. You're alive. Just back during the time they fit Mario 64 and DS, and that was a weird port too. Oh yeah, because they added in Wario, Luigi, Yoshi, and I think like 30 new stars or some 50 new stars, something like that. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would still like to get Mario 64 and DS. I know it's 20 quid, but because it does add quite a lot of new stuff, I don't know, I guess it is sort of worth the asking price. I was at the end of the fucking level as well. God damn it.
The soldiers were finally able to fight off the Chimera in the hangar. We ferried the survivors up to a rendezvous point in Cardiff, 20 miles west. I stayed at the base to finish loading what supplies we could. Chimeran Goliaths were already approaching Southern Command. A Spire attack seemed inevitable.
Oh. On eBay, I could get potentially, which won't actually happen. But at the moment, there's a bidding of Game Boy Color, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, boxed, which is fairly rare because it is a cardboard box. 21 quid. I mean, I still wouldn't, probably, but... case you'll stick to the OG version. Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong, like, the original version of Super Mario 64 is obviously the best version, but it is nice that when they ported it to DS, they didn't just port it, they added new stuff in, so... I know I'm gonna die for a fact. Bolt time. Yeah, I'm kind of dead. Oh wow, it does take one. Oh, okay. That mission. Oh yeah, that really isn't that mission. What was that? That was Bristol, right? Obviously, I'm going to leave it here. I'll finish this off tomorrow. I will then probably play the PSP game tomorrow, because that probably won't be that long, and I can obviously get it done in time for obviously finish it in one stream sort of thing. But yeah, this game is still fun, but my god did I completely forget how stupid it is on normal. Okay, now. Anyway, like I say, I'll catch you again tomorrow. More Resistance, and then Resistance Retribution on PSP. So yeah, without further ado, I'll catch you again tomorrow. Have a very good evening. Good night. Oh, hello YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow as well. Ta-ra.